Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. So, ready? I
Yeah,
think you have a poor network, right? I'm getting message here.
I'm
Amit is
actually
having
connected to
poor
office
network
Wi-Fi.
quality, yeah? Sorry?
Yeah, I'm connected to office Wi-Fi. Shouldn't be a problem, I guess.
But I am getting that error. So, if you are not able to hear my question properly, you can ask, right?
Yeah, sure, sure. I'm able to speak properly. No problem.
Okay. So, let us start from my introduction and then your introduction and then we jump into the resume evaluation, right? So, myself, Shailesh Kumar, more than 16 year experience as a database admin in that
Okay.
RDMS, MySQL, Postgres, MS SQL, and very few years experience on Sybase. And last 8 years, I am a technical interviewer. So
Okay.
this is my brief introduction. You can start your introduction. Thank you.
Okay, myself Amit. So I joined here in Ola. It's my first IT company. I joined here as a fresher. So I joined here in 2022 June. Like I've been during the probation period, I have worked on Ola Command Center, like that's an OC team kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly consists of configuration, troubleshooting, like instance management, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was moved into the team. Like I have performed like been part of a few migration activities actually. I joined as a fresher. Like we have at least like 4 business units over here in Ola. So
Mm-hmm.
EV business unit was hosted in Azure. So the first migration was from Azure to AWS.
Mm-hmm.
That time I have been part of a DevOps team as some cost optimization things. Then recently, like we have performed the my cloud from AWS KCS, that is Kritrim Cloud Services,
Mm-hmm.
which is our own in-house data center. So that is here set up Bangalore itself in Electronic City. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so our day-to-day work looks like mainly database administration, like our daily tickets, and we have to take one on-call shift every month. That is like 7 days, like that is a week in every month, 24/7, like we'll do on-call support. If
Mm-hmm.
something production issues or something happen, we'll be the first POC from the respective team. That is
Mm-hmm.
the team from our end. So this is what my or day-to-day life looks like.
So
So yeah.
total you have a 3+ experience as a MySQL or
Three plus.
Postgres. That is for MySQL or
Sorry, I
Postgres.
MySQL. We mainly use like almost 9% of the servers are like we use MySQL. The remaining comes the rest of the databases.
Okay. So, and how about the Postgres?
Yeah, Postgres also I have experience like see during on-call rotation, right? If the
Mm-hmm.
issues come from from whichever databases, like if we are the on-call, we have to take care of. So I
Mm-hmm.
have experience also with MySQL mainly.
Okay. So MySQL, right? So we have to go with that. So can you explain uh, me that the difference between SQL and MySQL first?
MySQL is actually the database. SQL is the the query language we use to
Mm-hmm.
communicate to the MySQL databases.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main difference. So in MySQL, we use the queries suppose for create a user, we use some
Mm-hmm.
like all those queries comes under SQL. MySQL is a relational database management system,
Mm-hmm.
comparatively as well as Postgres also.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Any other difference?
any other difference in the sense, what are you specifically
See,
I
I'm
don't
asking. I'm an introvert,
know.
right? I have to check your confidence level too, right? If you are getting a breeze call and how you are reacting there, if
I
if
don't know
any if any
how
team is
to.
asking that what you are doing right now, right? Have you checked this?
Yeah,
That is not a part of DB, right? So that time how
yeah,
you are
that's
reacting, that one, that I would also know that, right?
I should
maybe
answer
maybe
something,
I'm
but I
wrong,
was
maybe i'm
confused.
maybe i'm wrong as asking the wrong question, right? But I have to see how you are reacting that point of time.
Okay, so I have to answer something, right? I can't question you back or something.
So that this is a video recording, right? HR will see your face, how we are reacting, how we are presenting yourself, right?
Okay, that's
That's why the
fine.
video recording call started, right? They are
Yeah,
going for the face to face, first HR round, then technical round, then manager round, right? So they are evaluating from all the prospects, the body language, the tone, how we are responding, how we are listening that questions, right? So all these things behind that, right? Okay. Can you help me to understand what is acid property?
Set properties like first I'll go through the explanation
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go
full
ahead.
form. Like
Mm-hmm.
atomic, consistency, isolation, and durability.
Mm-hmm.
So how we can explain is like atomicity. So suppose if we are passing a query, okay, some
Mm-hmm.
transaction isn't coming. Either it should commit completely or it should be rolled back.
Okay.
Suppose if I need to explain it with an example, I
Mm-hmm.
would say suppose you are inserting into suppose it's a banking system. Okay, suppose you're getting like update balance where ID is equal to something.
Mm-hmm.
Either it should commit like completely, either the balance should be reflecting as the newly updated value, or
Mm-hmm.
it should completely roll back. So that
Okay.
is atomic consistency. We can say that even like before and after particular transaction, right? It
Mm-hmm.
should the MySQL should be agreeing to the particular that is if you set null is equal to 0, there shouldn't be any null values. So like that. Then atomicity, consistency, isolation. Isolation meaning any other two queries which is running at the same time should be isolated from each other. Suppose we can say that consider example of ATM itself.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose if I am depositing money into my bank account, like suppose you assume like 500 rupees I'm depositing,
Mm-hmm.
and some other reader
Mm-hmm.
which is connecting to one of the slaves in the database, he is running a select query,
Mm-hmm.
fetch balance from this particular account where I was equal to so and so, which is
Mm-hmm.
my account. So these two queries should be isolated from each other. Then durability, when durability comes like if we commit some transaction, it should be written into the disk, like it should be there in the disk. Uh, yeah, that
Okay.
that is what we mean by durability. Yeah,
I see.
it can be explained by many things. Okay, so I have different types of explanations.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose if you check in chat gpt, like I just read it before, so in that it is showing it's like redo logs. It is explaining between like redo logs, or as I understood like what is durability is like suppose one transaction is commit complete, then it should be in the disk, it should be there persistent. So that is what understood from those asset property.
Okay. Thank you. You
Yeah.
are explained nicely, basically, right? Very few people going in deep, right? They are just defining the acid property only. But the
Actually,
ATM,
I also
ATM is the right example for the acid property.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, not an issue. We'll not going in deep because you have 3+ experience, right? So let's go to the next question. So, what are the latest version you are using in current environment in MySQL?
We have MySQL 7 and MySQL 8. Like I have upgraded my 7 in RDS, one of the clusters, with the use of blue-green deployment to MySQL 8 also.
Mm-hmm.
So it is what we are using here. Like 5.7 and 8 is there. So yeah.
So, what are the features difference between 7.5 and 8?
For the feature difference, if you ask, like see, I have read that in MySQL architecture, right, that query cache layer is not there in MySQL 8,
Mm-hmm.
and the configuration also changes. I have those in because I used to install those MySQL configurations, right? MySQL 8 configuration is somewhat different from the regular things that we use over in MySQL 5.7.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what we are using is we are installing from Parkona MySQL, like server, client, and common, and while setting up, right, like see for example, how will I say, see, while migration, right, suppose if you are in a cluster A that is run AWS, and you have to set up the same kind of cluster in KCS, which is another cloud environment.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose if this version is 5.7, the main things that I have observed is like we are using Percona MySQL. Okay, so after configuration of disk, like everything, then we have to set up the MySQL config file, right? In config file, there are many parameters that is different in MySQL. I don't know everything by heart because I have kept it handy over in sublet or somewhere. So those things mainly like a query cache engine. But whatever, suppose if some environment, so we have something called Olam. Okay, So every year there will be audit will be carried out on those environment. That is RBA audit will be there.
Mm-hmm.
That actually inside already I have carried out this blue green deployment on AWS.
Mm-hmm.
So it was asked to us like it should be majorly upgraded from 5.7 to 8 MySQL.
So you have
So
said
I
blue
have
and green.
done
What
that.
is the difference between blue and green?
Blue green deployment, like see, suppose blue green deployment is as per the name, right? Suppose cluster A is the old version, like 5.6 is using. Consider it as blue, then MySQL. If we are doing the blue green deployment, right? AWS itself helps us to switch traffic from this cluster to like you consider cluster A to B. It's just a name. They named it as blue green
Mm-hmm.
deployment, and the process is called blue green deployment in AWS.
Okay. So you told me the architecture, right? The difference in 7.5 and 8, right? So can you explain the logical architecture of MySQL?
5.7 and 8.
Sorry?
No, no, I didn't hear you.
Can you explain that
5.7 and
MySQL? Okay, so okay,
8.7.
okay. MySQL architecture. Can you explain that one?
Yeah, MySQL architecture like some client
Mm-hmm.
client server and storage engine. Okay, it is
Mm-hmm.
where someone say, suppose I am the user, I'm trying to connect the database. Suppose I
Mm-hmm.
am passing some query, so all those authentication kind of things,
Mm-hmm.
everything will be held in there. I'm not sure like if I'm explaining in the right way what I
You
understood
can
on
just explain, yeah, just okay.
telling.
Yeah, yeah.
Then Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure. In server, like the connection and thread pooling will be there. All this server query cache.
Mm-hmm.
So all these processes will be optimizer cache, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be in server layer, and then comes the storage engine. So
Mm-hmm.
two types of storage engine that we use
Mm-hmm.
is one is InnoDB and MySQL.
Mm-hmm.
Like in MySQL 8, since you asked the version difference also, MySQL 8, the mostly MySQL thing is deprecated. We are
Mm-hmm.
mostly using InnoDB.
Mm-hmm.
So the main difference between those can be explained as like it supports row level locking, whereas in MySQL it only supports like table level locking will be there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say that locational data is not supported over the MySQL, whereas in InnoDB it supports over that.
Okay.
Then MVC, if you have to undergo some point in time recovery or something like in situation, right, a disaster situation. So all those is supported by InnoDB.
Okay.
So these things mainly client server and storage engine layer where can be explained as MySQL architecture.
Yeah, yeah, you can go.
Uh, then like if you ask in detail like the
Yeah,
main
whatever you know, you can explain, right? This is recorded session, right?
yeah,
So too many people are going to watch this one, right?
yeah,
After this
okay,
session,
okay,
yeah. So you can explain whatever you know, basically. I am
okay,
just
okay,
evaluating, right? I
it's
am just
okay.
evaluating. The decision maker is
Okay,
after watching this video, they have team panel and all, right? So they also watch from HR team, the project manager team,
yeah, okay.
project delivery team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. So then what we can say is like in server layer, as I said, like there will be optimally cache, table metadata
Mm-hmm.
cache, and parser and the query cache, which is not present in the late layer
Mm-hmm.
version, like which is present in 5.7. Then storage engine cache level is there. As I said, in storage engine layer, there will be NDB, so MySAM and InnoDB, all these layer. So MySQL architecture, like mainly these three layers only, like client server and storage engine, where authentic those things happens in the first layer, where the user is trying to communicate with the
Mm-hmm.
MySQL server, like yeah. Then the server layer, which is comprises of all these parts, and then the storage layer,
Okay.
which is mainly Node and MySQL.
Thank you. So you have what explained
I
that is.
have
Mm-hmm.
learned it based on the comparison also. Suppose if you like in Postgres architecture where each and every user connected, right? It's like a thread. It's process based. For every connection, it will be a process. Then in MySQL, you have binary logs. There you have write ahead logs. Then point in recovery. There you have table passing. For each and everything, you will be having different kinds of version for that. So in such basis, I have learned like a comparison basis, like MySQL and Postgres. So it will be
Okay.
easy to understand.
Yeah, nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
So what are different type of storage engine you see in your environment?
Seen in my environment, if you ask me, like we have been only using InnoDB.
Okay.
What I have said is what I have read about like InnoDB and MySM. Because when we asked, right, when you asked in Google, like what will be the common questions asked in MySQL interview, main thing will be my versus InnoDB. So I actually read about it. What we are using here is InnoDB to be honest.
Okay. Any
So
other any
yeah,
other
so the
is
main thing, the main difference can be explained. The first thing is table level locking is there in MySM, like
mm-hmm.
row level locking.
Mm-hmm.
So the table will get locked. Like then it doesn't support the transaction data where InnoDB supports it. Point in time recovery, like mainly it is in InnoDB.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose suppose something happened, server went down, or the MySQL service stopped, or
Okay.
some crash happened. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to recover, and you are facing a data loss as of now. So if in ODB storage engine you have the byte logging system enabled, and so to suppose in our system what we are using, I can ask from our system what we are doing. So suppose we have incremental backup and full backup. So incremental backup is carried out all day every day, and full backup configured in cron tab as of like every Sunday, like a weekly once around 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose you face this issue around Monday 10:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. IST.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the full backup, right? Till Sunday the cron tab when run like in S3 you have the full backup. What you will do is like you will clear off the data directly, stop the services, take the full backup and restore it.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can fetch remaining part, right? In point in time recovery, you can mention like suppose 2 p.m. is when the server went down.
Mm-hmm.
Till 1:59 p.m. You can recover it from the binary logging system.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is how you can back up the data, like if something happened. Actually, there's a command also, MySQL bin log. Then you will specify the time
Mm-hmm.
over there, like 159 or how much it is. Then enable login is equal to MySQL bin. So those parameters you enabled. Uh, yeah, that's
Okay. So, do you know the difference when we can choose the my InnoDB, MySM in MySM, sorry, MySM and InnoDB? Is there any specific
any scenario.
reason? Yeah, yeah, right. So let's have a client is coming
Mm,
to you, right, and they're asking to we have to go with that application. So, how will you
okay.
suggest this application goes for MySM or InnoDB?
Yeah, I'll see what I will do from my end if I am in
Yes, for your
such a situation.
expectation, yeah, right, right. What you can explain
The
that,
main
sir. Mm-hmm.
the main thing explain is depending on the version, because the latest version MySQL 8, the MySM is already like almost deprecated.
Mm-hmm.
No one is using. I guess as far as I read about it, the main thing is that then I can explain about the point in time recovery, PCC, all those things that is beneficial if you are going with InnoDB storage engine rather than using MySM.
So you can just explain
So
that,
these things
right?
I
What are the
explain.
benefits you get if you are going for the InnoDB, right?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, point in time recovery is the main thing that I could explain them, like
Mm-hmm.
multi-version MVCC also. So yeah,
Okay.
and the latest one like mostly uses only InnoDB. So why go for the deprecated version, like now the latest version in hand,
So you can
which is
explain
available.
that
So
one, right? This is not feasible for your application, right? We are getting more feature in InnoDB in terms
okay,
of
yeah,
performance or high
relatively
averages,
more
right?
features. Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Okay,
So
noted.
InnoDB support, yeah, more features in InnoDB. Yeah, that's the main thing. Like
Okay, the security point of view, have you enabled any
mm,
SSL masking encryption in your environment?
security point of view, like a question, like I didn't get the question, like how to secure
Question
the
is
DBU, like
how will you secure your database, MySQL database? What are the feature you enable
okay,
from that
okay. So
environment
yeah,
wise, local
security.
wise, user wise? Let's yeah.
Understood. So I would explain that in few different cases. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how to build a secure database? So suppose you have a database over here.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing, like if you thing from a DevOps point of view or network point of view. First thing will be RBAC, role-based access control. I would say.
Okay.
So in that, you will give. Suppose you are a user coming to me. I'm sitting with
Mm-hmm.
you are requesting for so and so access
Mm-hmm.
for you to read or write or something like.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I'll do is I'll give the access with the least privileges. That is okay for you.
Okay, go
Then I
ahead.
can enable password authentication. Yeah.
Let's go
First
ahead.
role-based access control.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you like whichever roles is visible for you, like for your
Mm-hmm.
working.
Next.
I'll give access with the least privileges. The first thing. Then
Mm-hmm.
second is enable password authentication. Suppose if you are creating
Mm-hmm.
that user, you can enable the password, right?
Mm-hmm.
So authentication thing. Then the third one could be like you can enable SSL, so that someone outside the environment is if you're trying to fetch the data, he's somehow he got the access and he is running a select query. The
Mm-hmm.
data will be coming out as an encrypted format.
Mm-hmm.
When you think about it, you can in a like so data in transit and data at rest both are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those things, if you're running some select query, it should be throwing out you or the result that you get in an encrypted format or something.
Mm-hmm.
That then what if my MySQL is running in a particular instance,
Mm-hmm.
so the security group, if you think from the network side of view, like security groups you can enable, like which all IPs the traffic should come into my instance, so all those things like a
Whitelist and
connectivity level.
blocking, right?
So
Whitelisting of IP and blocking the IP, right? You can manage
yeah,
this.
whitelisting the IP and blocking the IP, those two comes in two different senses actually.
Mm-hmm.
One is in security groups where you can give like from which IPs like the traffic should come in.
Mm-hmm.
And in subnet level, you have NACL, NACL, like in AWS, where you can block a specified number of IPs. Actually, I have done this once. Like when I was in on-call, like I knew a little bit of DevOps as well because my friends mostly work in that team.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, like once like we are having attack from outside the country, so we have blocked those particular IPs, right?
Mm-hmm.
IPs in NACL, that feature in AWS, we have it on a level where you can block the number of IPs.
Mm-hmm.
So there are few things also in NACL, like it have few disadvantages also because there's a in the number of IPs that you can block. That is where all this caching, Akamai, and all those security level
Mm-hmm.
comes into play. Now, actually, all our infrastructure is built once you are the customer, right? If you are throwing some request, it will come by Akamai infrastructure. So Akamai is there. It is like AWS WAF only, which is used for SIG purpose.
Okay. So after
So all
installation
those
of,
things we
yes,
can
go ahead,
enable,
go
right?
ahead. Let's leave it. After installation, right? What are the best practices used in
So
MySQL?
after
Best
the
practices.
installation, like first in config file, yeah, server ID, reporting host, everything should be unique. So you have to change those. Then
Mm-hmm.
InnoDB buffer pool size, like you like mainly if you can give like a 60 to 70% of the memory value.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the ideal value that is recommended.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, then after take suppose if you are setting up a cluster, if you
Mm-hmm.
are using extra backup for data backup and restore, after set the change master command that you enable, like change master, then master IP, then that replica user should there in both master IP and this thing. So
Mm-hmm.
the change master command. After executing that command, the slave will be able to connect to that master and start repeating.
Mm-hmm.
So the size reporting or host, then data directory you can specify like suppose we use a slash db word MySQL lib, then socket file, all those paths should be. Then sync bin log for every commit, whether the transaction should be flushed into the disk or something.
Mm-hmm.
So how often MySQL flushes flush this into the disk, so those things, sync bin
Okay.
log parameter. Then
Okay. So for the
yeah,
parameter,
these are
right?
the things that we mainly change it in the config file after the installation of a particular MySQL version.
Okay. Thank you.
This core ID and reporting should be unique value, like it should in IP, the IP value, and it will be unique. Yeah.
Okay. So let's have one scenario. We have 128 GB of memory on the server, right? So how much you assign to data buffer pool size? DB buffer pool size.
DB buffer, yeah, I'll give like almost 90 GB max, 60
So
to 70%.
okay,
I can give like 90 GB to the NoDB buffer pool size, so that it is a ideal range for that particular with a specified amount of memory.
okay. So
Yeah,
what are the
you
different?
can't
Mhm,
more than a specified also, because sometimes you can get out of memory.
mhm.
Actions might be affected if you give more than a specified value. Like if you give more than 90% or something, like it will give out of memory issue.
Okay. So let me understand what are the different type of monitoring tool or command you are using on your day-to-day activity in current organization.
Okay, monitoring. Okay, so we have monitoring tools as well as alerting tools. The main monitoring tool that we use here is like a new to be used here. Like it's a monitoring dashboard. So that in the instance we have to install the Neuralink agent.
Mm-hmm.
Then we will set up the alerts, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll give the threshold values in the itself. We can set up alerts,
Mm-hmm.
and these alerts are diverted to PagerDuty, which is the alerting tool where we get the alerts from. So we have two, three things like one PagerDuty we get alerts, or we can put up these alerts from Neuralink into the Slack channels, Slack channels, or we are also using SolarWinds Pingdom also here. So
Okay.
production P1 outages we use Pingdom. So
Mm-hmm.
suppose in case you receive Pingdom, you don't have to think again like the production outage. It will be priority one. And remaining alerts, suppose you have slave like a replication lag or something like that, or CPU percentage
Mm-hmm.
utilization is more than percent or something like that. All those alerts come in pretty. And we have here then that we have Grafana setup also. Perpona monitoring is also there. Like we have node exporters to check if the
Mm-hmm.
particular instance is down or not. We have this node exporter thing also done. So these are the main we mainly use. Pager main thing that we use for alerting thing, and Neuralink is what we mainly use for monitoring. We
Okay.
have set up the alerts. See, I have set up the alerts in Neuralink. Like when I joined here, like during the probation period, I was renting. So 3 months there. The main thing was instant management and alert configuration. See, you determine the threshold values and you set up alerts of those values in Neuralink. From there, you triggered to page or specified Slack channel. So that is what I used to do in that team as well.
Okay. So let's have a scenario. If your manager asking what are the parameter you monitor for daily DB health check.
Daily health check, like I can see so that can be defined by two things, right? One is instance level, which comprises instance CPU, like the memory thing, like
Mm-hmm.
where you get to know the load average, all those things. So
Mm-hmm.
instance level, and the server layer, if you're considering an instance
Mm-hmm.
which is installed like a MySQL.
Mm-hmm.
Then MySQL level, main thing is the main issues that we get is like disk level we get uh, can add that to on the instance, because the space issue is mainly what we get on PagerDuty. Then MySQL, if you say, so there are two types of thread, right? Suppose if the slave IO thread is not running, if the SQL thread is not running, you should get an alert. Those factors should be kept as there.
Mm-hmm.
Then if the replication lag seconds behind master is more than a particular second, we can set up alerts for that. If there is a duplicate entry error or something, so all those scenarios we have to set up alerts so that we can go have a check on that. See this replication like seconds behind master, like replication lag error, we usually mostly get name in on call or something, and the base issue is what I get like more often. So these alerts we have to set up to enable a proper working environment actually.
Okay.
Like if I missed on something and if you're asking something specifically, do let me know. Okay,
I have seen your level in the resume, right? But I am just not going in deep, right? Because that is
okay, okay.
beyond your
What I'm
level,
saying
right?
is like
I'm not
we'll
asking
ask
beyond
you.
level your level question, right? I'm not going in that, right? Too many questions
No,
on
no.
that monitoring
Whatever
part,
I'm asking you
alerting
is like
part.
what I have learned from Ola. Because
No.
Since Ola is my first company, right, IT company. So
Mm-hmm.
what I will be answering is like what I have seen here or what I'm working here. See, this particular week I'm on call. So
Mm-hmm.
what I said now is alerts that I received yesterday or today. So
Okay,
those
not an
things.
issue. Can you explain the difference between performance schema and information schema?
See, these are the system databases
Yes,
that will be
right.
there. I'm not sure about those differences because I have put them. So
See, as named, right, it is information schema and performance schema. That the any tool is
performance schema,
created the third party tool using this database only, right? They are not writing any
mm-hmm.
different data in their monitoring tools. They are fetching data from here and
Yeah, yeah.
visualizing as per the client requirement and the more attractive dashboards. Okay,
Okay.
not an issue. So how will you check
Yeah.
that InnoDB buffer
Thing I
pool
can read
hit
about
ratio?
it. I know these are like the system databases, but I haven't gone through it. I'm sorry. Like
Okay,
it's
no.
just like these are the default databases that you can see in any MySQL
Yes,
database.
but there's a use of that, right? If anyone developed this,
Yeah.
that there's a benefit of this, right? Okay, not an issue. So
Yeah. Yeah.
next
Right.
question is about the monitoring, right? How will you check that InnoDB buffer pool size? Sorry, buffer pool hit
How
ratio.
will you?
Sorry. How will you check InnoDB buffer hit ratio?
Deep buffer heat ratio.
Yes, heat ratio is a keyword in any RDBMS.
Okay.
But here
Heat
is a
ratio.
buffer
Like,
pools, right?
are
Yeah.
you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm no, like I didn't understand the question. Like I'll tell you
See,
like what I understood.
if you
If you're
see,
asking
if
about
you are
the
seeing the
max thread
monitoring,
connected or
hmm
hmm,
if you
okay,
are going for monitoring performance of
you're
the
asking like
databases, you need to
DB
know
like
about this
how
heat
much the
ratio.
memory is used or the max.
Not memory. This is not about the memory. This is not about the memory,
Okay, okay, okay.
right? Let's
See,
me explain this right
yeah, yeah.
in layman term. You have 100 connection reaching on that TCP/IP port. So how many connections are reaching to the
Okay.
database engine? It is the heat ratio. How many rollbacked, how many killed, how many blocked, or they have not user connections, right? Or they have not authenticated, right?
Oh, it's like connection pooling, like where we said the thread connected is equal to like suppose it's
Yeah, but
1,000.
not a similar. But how they are heating the database is data heat ratio, right? 90%, 80%,
Mm,
60%. So this is a part
mm.
of performance tuning, right? If you are going for
Yeah,
80%,
yeah,
means
right,
that
right.
was not performing well,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So that
See,
is
I
the
have set this number of max threads to be connected to the database.
that is
Suppose if you
different
are
parameter.
to.
That is different parameters. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
Mm,
So have you got
okay.
chance to work on any performance tuning, query tuning?
Yeah, these are performance tuning like maybe suppose if you explain about the query or something like
No,
performance
if
tuning would be like
I'm
if
just
you're
asking
asking some
if you get chance to work on this type of issues or just you are saying on the behalf of here anywhere or any videos and all.
yeah. Yeah, I hope we have worked on creating index and all those things so that the query
This is the basic one.
won't take or won't go for a full table scan or something. And suppose if a particular query is using some wildcard, suppose percentile,
Yes.
select a star from this particular table where
Yes.
name is like a percentile, inside percentile. If you give Ahmad, it will do the entire table scan, even though index access the query is not optimized. So all those things like we can remove those wildcard entries and all those things. So this is what I have understood. Then see configuring the InnoDB buffer pool size also comes under performance.
So you know the
Then
difference between
yeah,
joins
the
too,
number of
right?
the difference with it.
Joins.
Yeah, joins, inner joins, and those things. This thing I'm not sure because I have mainly worked on database admin,
Yeah, so that is
like the
admin can
queries
do
that
that one.
may.
That is admin can do that one. That's why I
Yeah,
asked
yeah.
first question, have you work or not? This is
Okay.
L2, L3 and L4 can involve in this, right? If you are going for the
Okay.
query
Okay.
tuning, some optimization, right? So L1 cannot
Mm.
involve in this any organization. But you have a 3 years
Yeah.
experience,
Right.
so just I'm asking, have you got chance or not? This is not a mandatory you have got a chance to work on this, right? This is not a negative part for you.
Yeah, right. So what we doing, right? We are using Jira as a ticketing tool over here. So
Mm-hmm.
in that the query will already be there.
Mm-hmm.
If that particular ticket is already having or like every effort, then only we'll be executing in that production. So
Uh-huh.
the query thing is actually not done from our team or side. But
Mm-hmm.
I know like the basic place like whenever suppose you joined the organization and you are requesting, you are belong to a particular application, you are
Mm-hmm.
requesting me to give you read only access to this particular. So all those commands that we use in day-to-day activities, that I'm sure. But writing an entire query, like I'm not that good in query writing, because we don't write queries over here in the team. Like we get tickets which is already have queries in them, which is approved by the
This
team
is a
manager.
very drawback of DBS. If you are not
Yeah,
writing the query, is
yes,
very
I have
big
faced,
drawback.
right, right.
Only
Yeah,
1%
like,
DBS is saying that I'm writing a query. 1%.
mm,
99% just saying I'm not writing the query. But if you are not able to write a query, how can you tune that query?
right, true.
If you know the logic, the flow of the query, then how can you
Mm,
tune that query after you're going on L2 level, L3 level, L4 level, right? You're not going as a fresher
yeah,
working
yeah.
since long time, right? You are
Mm-hmm.
promoted, you are level up, right? Then you involve
Understood,
in that
understood.
tuning part, right? Not an issue. So
Yeah,
okay, that is a different thing, but yeah, people should know about the database objects, how the query is
mm,
writing, how the what is the flow of it, and where and how we can find that the root cause for the query slowness, and how can we
mm.
optimize that. Okay, so
Yeah,
the
understood.
basic thing
I
of the
totally agree with that. I haven't got a chance in my team. Like we are not here.
L1 cannot get the chance, right? I know every DBS
Yeah.
knows if I am a fresher, I am a L1 that point of time. I'm also not getting the chance to work on that. But we should be active or
Oh,
proactive to learn or something like how the query is going on inside the databases, how they are fetching the
mm,
data. So we need to know
I think
about
that
that,
is
right?
something that I shouldn't. Yeah, right. True.
So can you help me to understand what are the different type of indexes supported by MySQL?
Type of indexes like
Indexes,
B
yeah.
tree,
Okay, go ahead.
like yeah, B tree index. Suppose if it's gender based, then you can name it. Like I'm not sure about those names actually.
Okay,
So
not.
but
Have you got
basically,
chance to work on troubleshooting part?
yeah, troubleshooting. Yeah,
Okay.
you ask me some scenario based thing. Like I think I'll.
Yeah, I'm going on that only, right? So let's. One people is saying that I'm trying to connect MySQL instance and so databases, but I'm not getting connected. What are the issues behind that? How can you start troubleshooting?
Okay, suppose a user reports that he is not able to connect to the
Mm-hmm.
database. Suppose,
Yes.
first I'll check is like the user is able having the access, like what he's trying to. So
Mm-hmm.
I can I have created a user
Mm-hmm.
with so and so password.
Mm-hmm.
I'll check from my own -h. I'll give the host IP,
Mm-hmm.
then -u username
Mm-hmm.
IP. Then I'll pass his password and see if I am able to connect.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose I am able to connect and still he is telling like he is having some connection error.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll check whether he is having access to that. Suppose you consider he is trying to read something or
Mm-hmm.
connect something to a reading slave, like a
Mm-hmm.
slave, which is in a production environment. Okay, I'll check
Mm-hmm.
whether that particular user is having access to the jump box,
Mm-hmm.
because there will be a jump box configured before the production server.
Mm-hmm.
If that particular user is passing the jump box IP and he is not having access to the jump box, he won't be able to connect. He'll
Mm-hmm.
be given the error as access denied because he won't pass through the jump box.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third thing is a password issue. It could be he or she might be using the wrong password.
Mm-hmm.
Then suppose the user, it can be also based on like that user is only having like a read privilege and he is trying to write something or alter something.
Okay.
He won't be able to do that because yeah, the first role, right, our role based access control. So for overall the privileges that he's having, he'll only be able to do that. Then the third thing would be suppose if I created a user, Amit at 10.195, suppose I'll be able to 10.195 dot percentile, I'll be able to connect from only that environment. I won't be able to connect from anywhere outside. So that thing I can see like where this particular user is trying to connect from to the
Okay.
database. So suppose if I have while creating the user I have mentioned like Amit at percentile, I'll be able to connect from anywhere. If I'm not able to, then I should check on that too. So these are main things that I'll take care. Like when someone comes to me and reports that is not able to connect to the database. Yeah, maybe these things. I think that will be sorted by checking all this.
Okay. How do you perform
Yeah.
backup on MySQL?
Perform backup like we have incremental backup and full backup configured over here. We have contacts running. Like as I said, like daily we have incremental backup, and every Sunday around 2
Mm-hmm.
a.m. we have the backup.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so these are like how do you perform like in case of a crash or something you're asking or
No, simple. What are the methods you use, right? GUI base, command line base, any third
incremental
party
and
tool?
full backup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what we use here. Like we push the backups to S3, full backups to S3 like every week once.
Mm-hmm.
So that is how we do. We also have a DR environment also set up in case of some crash recovery or like cluster thing or something. So yeah, for that backup, we actually check. We conduct a drill like once in every quarter of every year, like once 3 months. We'll consider real like we'll switch traffic to DR environment, check everything is working fine over. In case if you want to switch to that environment and all.
So you
So this
can.
is what we do here.
So can you write a command to take a backup of XYZ database on so and so location?
Like extra per extra backup or a MySQL dump
Normal
or something.
MySQL backup, native backup you can take it, right?
What dump? Okay. Where can I write?
Let me say hi in the chat. Yeah.
Should I write it here in the command? Ah, yeah, yeah, I got it. I got it. Just like
Okay.
from masters to slave, like all this, and kitchen lag error is what we mainly get when we are
Okay.
in on call.
Okay. So if there is a replication
Setup.
enabled, how can you monitor this? What are the system catalog or view or function or procedure used to monitor this replication?
Show slave status in that we can see like which master host that particular slave is listening to.
Mm-hmm.
If that thread and SQL thread is running. IO thread is the thread which is getting connected to the master, which is
Mm-hmm.
reading the binary log from the master and storing it into the relay logs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those parameters we have to check in the slaves. Then second main mark helps you to like how much lag is there between the master, like the cluster is in sync or not. So all these parameters that we have to check on replication.
Okay.
See, when we get a replication lag error, what I used to do is like I'll check show slave status first. Then if something is there, then I'll go for show process slave. If something like a long running query or something which is causing this replication lag or something, or if there is a log or deadlock or something. So yeah, this is I have worked on replication thing, and I have also set up once during migration, right? I don't remember exactly where, but we have master to master
That is clustering.
replication also enabled, like auto increment and auto increment offset. Those two parameters, you will give it a one and two, so that one by one, one write will go to the first master, the old will go to one master, and the one will be goes to the another master. So these two parameters, I have worked on this once actually during migration time. So master slave application and master to master application also we have set up.
Okay. So
And
you.
suppose in another scenario, you consider one master is there, slaves are there. Mostly in these two slaves, if you run show slave status, right, the master host will be master like A, B, C. So the B, C will be listening to the master, which is A. So if we have like a master, then A is a master, B is a slave. In B, if you run show slave status, this is running listening to this as a master. A is the master, and the third slave, right? Third slave is considering like it's replicating from the second slave. Then we have to enable that bin log one variable is there. We have to enable that in the second slave as well. then only it will be having its own binary logging. So these things, yeah, I have worked on replication.
Okay. Okay, so this one, have you got chance to work on migration part?
Yeah, migration, yeah, I have worked on migration.
So if your senior is asking to create on migration plan, right?
Yeah.
So what are the component you add in your plan of action for migration of A database to B data B?
Like cluster migration, like database cluster
Normal
migration.
dot normal, not cluster, leave it.
Okay, like a backup and restore, like all those things, or setting up.
So you have to just write a step first, right? You are not going to directly implement this
Okay,
backup
okay.
and restore,
So,
right? There is a
so
procedure,
suppose
not process, right?
okay, yeah, okay, okay, understood. So suppose you have a database cluster A in, which is running in AWS,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to set up a similar setup of database in Azure or
Mm.
KCS, which is
Yeah.
another cloud service. Okay,
Yep. Go ahead.
yeah. So what we have to set like step by step, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first, for there, like take all the required configurations, like instance configuration, how
Mm-hmm.
much CPU, how much instance, like the memory,
Mm-hmm.
then the number of disks attached. In AWS, it will be EBS volumes which is attached to the
Mm-hmm.
instance. Then
Mm-hmm.
take the root volume.
Mm-hmm.
Then similar kind of instance over here, like a
Mm-hmm.
launch that instance which that required number of
Mm-hmm.
required amount of root volume and number of disk attached. Like suppose if there's a backend also configured over there,
Mm-hmm.
which is also to like set up a cluster over in the next cloud
Okay.
environment.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, disk configuration.
Go ahead.
So run out lsblk and manage you have to disk. Then after mounting the disk to the particular directory, you have to create the directory first, then mount the disk. Then after mounting, you have to specify the changes in the fs tab, so that one even if the like instance get rebooted, the disk won't go to unmounted state again. So fs tab entry is mandatory after that. Then comes the installation part, MySQL. Then see which version of the MySQL is used in the cloud A.
Mm-hmm.
Then install a similar version in cloud. Then Percona extra backup.
Mm-hmm.
After installing MySQL, then you have to set up the configuration file like server ID, reporting host, data directory, socket file, InnoDB buffer pool size, all that. So here it is easy because it is same as that of the configuration file. You just have to change the server ID and reporting host over here. Then after that, insertion configuration, setting up the config file. Uh, then after that, you have to transfer the data now, right? So you have to transfer the data. For that, actually I have used Percona extra backup here. Using Percona extra backup, you take the copy of the data, like
Mm-hmm.
take the physical dump,
Mm-hmm.
physical backup from that step to here.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, store command, like after restoring it, then you have to execute the change master command from this particular instance, giving that the other one as the master which is already synced, so that this particular slave or this particular instance, this MySQL instance will start listening that and start replicating from it. Yeah,
Okay.
these are the main things. So in change master command, you have to specify like there if you give show access status, right, you will get the master position and that winlog file. That two things you have to specify it in your like this change master command also. Then you have to make sure that the replication user is present over there,
Mm-hmm.
and that it will get connected, otherwise it will throw an error. Then yeah, after all this there will be a lag, like seconds behind master will be of like some value will be there. Then once it all these two dbs will be in sync. So these are the step by step like that we have done over here. This
Okay.
configuration, installation, then file setup, then taking backup, restoring it, getting the database clusters in. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So you have work on AWS, right?
yeah. I have worked on
Any other
AWS.
cloud platform experience do you have?
Sure, I had because when I joined in Ola, right, we
Mm.
were using these two cloud services. So EV environment was completely on Azure. but I don't have much of an experience. My most experience in AWS only, but Azure I'm used to. I have worked on it
So can you
because that
differ?
time I was a fresher. I wasn't like to learn that much also. Like everyone supported, but still, it was
Okay.
like early in the early stage.
Okay, okay. So
So
can you
yeah,
able
if
to
I'm able
differentiate? Leave it, leave it, leave it, leave it. That a story. So can you differentiate between RDS and Azure SQL?
no, I haven't worked on Azure SQL actually.
RDS you have not
Only
worked,
worked
right?
on
RDS you have worked.
yeah, RDS I have worked on because I have done this blue green deployment and I have used DMS database migration service also. Few of the clusters were running in RDS. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when we are performing with AWS to KCS migration,
Mm-hmm.
I have set up this, in DMS you have to like source source and destination instance, then you have to create a replica instance, replica with all those things. Then you once you start the DMS, right, once the data is completely migrated, since we were trying to move out of AWS, actually suppose if you run a query, okay,
Mm-hmm.
which is if you run that query in the existing live product which is running in RDS, it is taking only 0.03 milliseconds or something. The same thing after migration which is running in KCS was taking more than 20 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
which means like it will get timed out. So when I raised a support this in AWS and talked to the AWS support agent, like they were telling like this missing indexes and all those, right? When you are performing DMS migration from AWS to out of AWS, they won't provide these actually. So you might miss on all those things. So actually, the DMS that activity was dropped, and what we did was the regular extra backup and restoring it. So I have worked on those DMS and all, but out of moving out of AWS, I got the chance to work on it, and it actually didn't work because they don't support you mainly when you are trying to move or migrate out of AWS. Actually, these things are missing when you do DMS, and if you're trying to migrate out of AWS. If it's AWS to AWS, yeah, definitely those queries will be taking the same time because there won't be anything missing. The indexes, everything, the structure will be the same. It's actually pretty easy. Actually, you just have to configure the destination, the source destination, replica instance should be having like the configuration we can specify in DMS. Then once you start the job, yeah, then it's moved from source to destination. So
Okay.
these are performed on AWS RDS. And this blue green deployment also I have done once for the system like a MySQL version upgrades.
Okay. So you have
Then
worked.
OS patching also we do once in every quarter actually, where
Mm-hmm.
app to get upgrade, we upgrade all those packages. Sometimes upgrade some packages you might need an reboot of the system to reflect those changes.
It's
So
okay. It's okay. Not
something
worries. It's
kind of
okay. It's okay. Lunchtime.
yeah. Yeah. So which cases we have to take permission from the there will be a few minutes of downtime. Suppose if we have to reboot that particular, so we usually carry out in the off peak hours after 12 or something like that, where
Mm-hmm.
we upgrade the instance to the latest versions that is available. So yeah, these things I have worked on.
Okay. So you work on Linux platform and Windows both, right?
Yeah, Linux is mainly which I have worked on.
So what are the basic daily commands you are using in Linux very frequently? Can you?
Actually, I have worked on Docker. I have used the top command where you can go for the memory thing. Then tab where you can find the load average, DF and HLS, BLK, all those disk related.
Mm-hmm.
Then tab where you give the entry the mounting point and everything, so that it won't get unmounted after that. Then to create a user, to create a SSH key chain, where you can authorize, suppose you have a new me to the organization, I have to give you access to a particular instance. We are not talking about MySQL now. So suppose your public key I take give
Mm-hmm.
it in a .ssh authorized key, I have to authenticate it there. Then check the permissions ch on and ch mode. uh, yeah, I have worked based on Linux actually, because the first 3 to 6 months we had to work on everything
Okay.
when I was so I have experience.
So there is a time bound as well, right? We have many questions, but we cannot touch that one. But you have worked on Postgres and Mongo, right?
Yeah, I have worked over here.
So basic knowledge, or you have worked dedicated project wise? Any?
Postgres, yeah, I have worked like because in on call we had to take care of every DVs, like the alerts are coming in, right? We
Mhm.
had to take care, but
So you are
mostly we are using
able to
MySQL
tackle
only.
that L1 level tickets and all.
Yeah, yeah. Suppose if we are receiving an issue, like if I see in on call, like I'll be the only one there,
Mhm.
then we have to do it somehow. If you know or no, I have to come out of it anyway. So I have done
Okay,
that.
then
Like
yeah. Thank you.
seek help from Google or something like, but troubleshooting thing like we have to do.
Mhm.
Suppose see, we'll be mostly getting calls right around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. That time no one will be there actually.
Yes.
So yeah, what I used to do is like if I know I'll troubleshoot. If I don't know, like I'll take 5 minutes to see read about it. Like I'll fix it because
Mm.
5 minutes have to fix it anyway. That is happening in off peak hours. Once the peak comes in, right before that we have to resolve the issue. So yeah, we have done the troubleshooting on those.
So nice talking
I
with
have
Amit.
done
Yeah.
in Mongo. I have switched to traffic also, like while migration, right? Giving priorities and all those stuffs. I have those stuffs handy. Like I have done that too. Like switching traffic from one cluster to another. Like there you give priorities, and then all those things on Mongo. So I have found.
Okay. Yeah, Amit. So
Scylla
thank you. I
also
think
that.
we can wrap this call because we are beyond the time, not right. We are,
Okay.
yeah. So this is a nice conversation. Do you have any question?
Yeah, it was like felt good talking to you because your question, like I was able to answer. I guess see in interviews, right? Yeah, I'll be little bit anxious actually. I think I answered pretty well, but this is not I meant to answer. Like sometimes I miss on some things because the
It's
tension that
okay.
we feel
Yeah,
during
don't take
interviews, right?
tension, right? No one is going to
Yeah,
kill you, right?
yeah, right. Yeah.
This is a technical, right? You
Suppose if you
what you
miss
are
on
what?
something that you already know, and if you're not able to answer it, right, you will get into a next situation where the next question feels like you don't know anything. See, this thing we really face it in interviews, and I have experienced that. Suppose if I miss on one or two in the beginning, right, then the
Yeah,
next question, even if I know, like I'll be struggling to answer that. See, if in real or if in office, if such a situation happens, like we'll be moving out of it like easily, because everyone here will be the people whom you have talked about or you know. So that thing is there in interviews. Like I think most of the people is having that issue. For me also,
yeah. Previous
I just
intro,
wanted to know like what cloud service are we using over there? Is it AWS only or is it something else?
GCP,
Azure?
AWS, and Azure. Basically, like most of the client is moving to that on-prem to cloud, right? So this is a
Oh, okay.
hybrid
You are
type.
also planning for a cloud migration.
I'm not planning. This is a client requirement, right? If they are going for migrating from RDMS to
Okay.
different
So
RDMS
okay. So
on-prem
what
to
for me?
cloud,
Okay. Migration, yeah. Though I have experience. Then, how many like team members like do you have or like how is it
more
distributed?
than
Like
100,
okay, we have a pretty small team actually. Here we only have 8 to 9 members.
more than
100 members in
100, and they have a
team.
Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, Mongo,
Okay.
Cockroach.
Oh, Cockroach TP. Okay, I have read about it. I have attended an event over here in Bangalore once, but
Okay,
didn't get a chance. Like we are not using
okay,
Cockroach
not,
TP is actually like a NoSQL and SQL both. It can handle, I guess.
yeah,
I
well
think I
done.
haven't worked on it. I only have heard about it because
It's okay.
we don't use Cockroach
Okay.
TP
Do
over
you have
here.
any other
Scylla
questions?
I have worked on here. This
Mm-hmm.
node tool setup and all those things that I worked during migration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely not like learned, but we have seeked help from the internet. So, but somehow we have came over it during the project.
Okay.
So I have worked on Scylla as well during the mining project actually.
Not an issue. Okay. Any other question?
And nothing else. I think yeah. I
Thank
don't
you.
know. In interviews, we miss out questions or some. So
It's okay. This is a lunch time.
before
Go
the
and
interview, I
take at
wanted to
lunch,
ask
basically,
you many
right?
more questions. Like yeah.
So now you can focus on lunch, right? So that's it. Now we can just wrap this call here. Anything else?
Sure, sure.
Okay. Thank you. Have a nice
Nothing else
day.
for
Nice
today.
talking to you. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah. So you can fill that your feedback as well, right? I will fill after some time post lunch. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, sure, sure. Thank you.
Hmm.